What's going on, guys? It is early. I am about to go outside and get a quick run in, some sprints. It's about 3:45 in the morning, and yeah, I'm just getting my electrolytes and stuff all squared away here. So I got my water, electrolytes, and I'll have a quick coffee before I head out and get my sprints done because I don't want to wake anybody up. Got two young kids, 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, so busy. I'll also have a shot of minerals before I get my day started. So just really good for overall, like, giving your body what it needs. Like, people don't realize like every day how many minerals we go through from stress and training and maybe poor food choices. All these minerals get chewed up every single day. So now it's like 4 a.m. now. It's close to 4 a.m. About 3:55. I am about to go outside and get the sprints in real quick. I did make a quick cup of coffee, and I also have a few pills. 3 pills here. Yeah, there you go. I'm in my kid's toy room, by the way. The only place that I can kind of talk. My office is like literally upstairs next to the kids' rooms, so unfortunately, a little bit too loud. Might be a little bit too loud up there. Uh, so for the sprints today, guys, I mean, very very simple, right? Very simple. And you can, if you were pretty overweight, I would suggest is finding a hill to do this one. That way it's easier on your knees, it's easier on your joints, all that stuff. I'm literally just gonna do it right outside, like sorry driveway. 6 seconds on, or no, I'm sorry, 10 seconds on, I'm gonna do, and then 60 seconds of rest, right? So 10 seconds, I'll jog for about the first 5 minutes, just to like warm up the body. And then I'll start my sprints. I'll do 6 of them. Okay, that's where the 6 was coming from. And then I'll do 10 seconds on each sprint, 60 seconds off. So it's a nice 1-to-6 ratio of work to rest. And yeah, it'll be good. It's like I'm doing this because it's supposed to be really good for training in general. Obviously, if you go way back into our history, sprinting is obviously running after prey, chasing prey, killing prey, all that stuff. We're not supporting natural like marathon runners, shit like that. So sprinting, number one, it's very very good for you. When done right, it's very very good for you. But ultimately, like, it's really good for visceral fat loss. Right, visceral fat is that dangerous stuff around our midsection and the stuff we don't see internally or other organs, stuff like that. Now, why am I doing it? I mean, just to really stay on it, man. Like sprints, 1 to 2 times a week. That's it. Like that's like the along with weight training. I'm still doing that 4 times a week typically, and that's it. Like usually weight training session 45 minutes to an hour max. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'll do sprints on Wednesday and maybe like Saturday. And then Sunday's usually like off, just walking. There's always something to do with the family, but yeah, that's it. So let's head out here. These sprints knocked out. Kind of driving on the also like it goes quick. It goes super quick. Takes about in pool about 10 minutes max with the warm up. So
Oh man. So that was good. As you can tell, I'm a little out of breath. But feeling good. Quick and easy. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Only took me about 12 minutes from jogging for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then 6 sprints, 10 on, 60 off. So let's go hit the sauna. I'm gonna get some water, some supplements, and then sauna. So now I'm getting ready for the sauna. Still trying to stay quiet because kids are still asleep. I'm gonna have another scoop of electrolytes real quick. And this is what I'll sip on while I'm in the sauna. And then this product from Cellcore Biosciences is essentially a binder, okay? And what a binder is gonna do when you're in the sauna, it's gonna start to mop up some of these things that are released from all the heat in the infrared sauna. A lot of people don't understand the importance of having a binder in their supplement regime. You have to understand how toxic overall the world is, right? Like from the food we eat, from the chemicals, the environments that are, the stuff that's sprayed on our food, the environment, all that stuff. It's not great. So what this does, it comes in, it mops up a lot of those bad things and just carries them out of the body. The only thing that a lot of people gravitate towards when they think about binders is like activated charcoal. Activated charcoal isn't as good as you think it is because it just sits in the gut. It only gets in the gut. You need something that works across the entire body, right? And that's where Cellcore, I'm very, very big on a lot of their products. I'm not sponsored by them. I order them myself. I get them for clients, like amazing. So I'll just sip on this when I'm in the sauna for about 25, 30 minutes. That's the sauna, pretty straightforward. See you guys in about 25 minutes.
Said that. Pops, it's time to get up. Wake up, you two. Come on, Pops, it's morning.
It's Genevieve's Playhouse.
Wake up so we can go to the playground today.
Playground?
Anyway,
Ryder, we were having the best dream.
yeah, Ryder, you finally let us join the Paw Patrol.
So now we're just getting ready for school. Pardon the mess on the kitchen. But yeah, just getting ready for school, having a little snack, some yogurt, some puffs, something really simple. And then we're gonna head out to daycare. And that's the normal daily routine in the morning. So we're driving to daycare right now, drop the kids off. My daughter, she decides to get yogurt out of the pouch that I gave her all over her outfit and her hands. So yeah, exciting times. So the main thing, like why I try to just get everything done in terms of like my workouts and setting, like I really feel like that sets the tone for the day. That's the reason why I get it done in the morning. If I continue to put it off like longer and longer into the day, it just weighs on my mind. And I know that I feel just way better about like mentally and just physically and everything if I can just knock it out first thing in the morning, and that's why I do it. So if you haven't actually tried to like train in the morning,
like if you have kids, if you have really young kids, like you really have, it's really tough because like you have no other option because like right when they get off from daycare or whatever, it's just like by that time my energy is just zapped. I mean, you know, at 4 o'clock I'm in full dad mode. My energy is not zapped then, but like if I wait till like they go to bed 7, 8 o'clock, my energy is just massively zapped. So yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. So if you haven't tried it, I encourage you to try to get your training in the morning, you know, first thing, or after you drop your kids off or whatever it is. Just getting into that habit and that routine can massively impact, you know, set up the rest of the day in a positive manner. So. All right, guys, we are back in the kitchen after dropping the kids off at daycare. I have a haircut appointment coming up at 8:30, so, and it is, or it's at 9 o'clock, sorry. And right now it is 8:05 almost. So I gotta be out of here in like 25 minutes. So I have a steak in the fridge, but I'm not gonna cook that until later on. So literally this is one of my easiest, quick, like go-to things that you get a lot of protein in, you get a lot of nutrition in, and it will keep me more than full until my next meal, which would probably be like 1 o'clock, because I have some calls later on when I get back from my haircut. So I'm gonna do 3 scoops. Vital Whey, this is an amazing product. It's one of the purest proteins that I've ever seen. You know, it has a lot of things like immunoglobulins, try saying that fucking 5 times fast. Lactoferrin, which both of these things are just amazing for the GI integrity, really, really important for the gut. Plus it tastes really good. It's not overly sweet. It's sweetened with stevia, or actually it's not even sweetened with stevia, it's sweetened with a little bit of monk fruit extract, which is amazing. Yeah, so highly, highly recommend. Vital Whey is the brand. So I'm gonna do 3 scoops of this. So each scoop is actually 15 grams of protein. So this will give me 45 grams of protein just from the protein powder. I'm gonna do 1 banana, which I have my scale here. I don't really typically, unless I'm really into like deep into a fat loss phase, I don't think it's necessary to necessarily like weigh out your banana. If you really want to get super specific, cool. Like they're usually, like a large banana is usually gonna be anywhere from 90 grams to 120 grams in terms of like when you're doing it on a scale, food scale. So, and then I'm gonna do half of an avocado, which typically like a small avocado is around 40 grams. Hold on a second, yeah, so this is 50. So like I think I took the piece that was a little bit bigger. But overall, you're gonna find like avocado is gonna be like a small one. It's gonna be around probably like 100 grams total. So you get some good healthy fats in there. Plus, you don't taste the avocado at all. If you don't like avocado, you literally do not taste it at all. If you do something like this, add a banana, add some protein powder. It just gives it a really nice consistency. Plus you're getting all the healthy fats. Plus you're getting all the fiber. It's amazing. And then this is one of my staples. So raw milk. We live in Texas, so we get raw milk from a local farm every single week. We get about 2 gallons. My kids love it. We've completely switched them from breast milk to raw milk. We drink chocolate milk just about every day with it. I cannot tell you, so good for the gut. You have more of a chance of getting sick from the store-bought milk than you do actually buying it from a trusted source that you can get raw milk from. You're getting all these beneficial fats. You're getting all the vitamins, minerals, all those things that you don't get from pasteurized, just store-bought, you know, homogenized milk. All those things are stripped out. All the essential vitamins, minerals, vitamin D, like all those things are taken out through the heating process. So we want all those things intact, and like it tastes amazing. I use personally about 300 grams of this, so I am going to weigh this out. That's almost going to polish it off. Yeah, so it's like right over 300 grams. I might as well just literally use the rest of it. So now it's gonna be like a little over 400 grams, but it's okay, because I mean, I know my body, been doing this a long time. And the last thing that I think I'll do is, just because I have some left over, I do have this, it's called Mud Water. You may have seen it advertised. I'm not affiliated with any of these companies, by the way. This has cacao, lion's mane, cordyceps, chaga, like some mushrooms, turmeric, just a nice overall blend of stuff in here. And the scooper was already in there. So I'm gonna do 1 nice scoop of that. I'm gonna toss it in there, boom. And yeah, I'm gonna blend this up. This is gonna be, just off the top of my head, this is gonna be about 55 to 60 grams of protein, roughly about 10 to 15 grams of fat, maybe a little more or less. And then carbohydrates, I mean, with the banana, which is like 25 to 30 grams, plus the milk, it's probably gonna be about 45 to 50 grams of carbohydrates. Really, really balanced meal, high in protein, lots of nutrition, good fiber, good fats, like from the milk to, you can't go wrong with something like this. And you're getting that 55, 60 grams of protein in. I already had a protein bar and a coffee in the morning like I typically do. Already, I'm at like roughly 90 grams of protein, and it's 8:05, right? So I typically get in about 200 grams of protein, a little bit over that. So I'm like halfway there already, just about. That's like how I like to set up my day, just get a lot in, typically like in the morning, and like later in the day, you're not stressing over getting more stuff in, right? And
this shake, because it does blend all these things up, it's just going to help me feel fuller longer. It's going to keep me feel satiated, instead of if I just had like a whey protein shake with water, which is also fine. It's just a matter of like, I know myself, and I know if I just have that, it's not really going to do much for me. It'll give me a nice shot of protein, sure, but adding all of these things together, number one, it tastes great, and number two, it's like something I look forward to as well. So I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna like pop on the computer for like 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go get a haircut, and we'll knock that out, because I haven't had a haircut in like, I need one. It's been like 4 weeks. So now, one thing I forgot to, or a few things that I forgot to mention when I'm getting ready and getting the shake ready and stuff like that, there are some things that I never truly go without in terms of like adding them to my shakes and supplement regimen as well. Creatine is the first. I do anywhere from 5 to 15 grams a day. I take it on non-training days. Creatine works on saturation, so it's really important to, like, the longer you take it, the more benefit it's going to be. Like, it's not like you have to load it or do any of this weird stuff. Great for the brain, great for sleep, great for so many different things. Thorne is an amazing company, so I just added 5 grams to my shake there. And then, honestly, the biggest supplements I stick to, like that I'm taking at all times, are the basics. So think multivitamin, fish oil, vitamin D3, typically K2, depending on where my blood levels are. Typically, last time I did blood work, my levels were around like 70 or 80. So that's pretty good. Like, you want to see those at least 50 to 80, like in that range. Usually a really high quality magnesium supplement, and yeah, that's really it. Obviously, like even this morning before I went in the sauna, and as I was getting ready for sitting in the sauna too, I'll do like some electrolytes and a binder. The binder, it helps just tie everything together when you're sweating stuff out, when you're releasing stuff from all the heat from the sauna. It's going to get into the system like systemically, the binder that I use, and just pulls everything together and allows you to like get rid of it, whether it's through sweating, through peeing, through just pooping, all that good stuff, right? So I would say typically, if we're not counting like protein powder and stuff, I'm typically taking at least 5 to 6 things on an everyday basis. In terms of sometimes when I'm going a little bit harder, in terms of if I'm trying to maybe detox my body a little bit harder during specific times, which I'll get into another video. Like the full moon is a really good time to actually like push your body in terms of like getting rid of more stuff, because things that may not be serving us and maybe stealing our nutrients and stuff like that, they like to come out during the full moon, during those times, right? So, but we'll get into another video. That's a whole nother video. I just want to give you guys a breakdown of like what I typically do. So right now, just shake, creatine. I got my vitamins, multivitamin, fish oil, some kyolic garlic extract that I take as well. This is really just a regular. You can get this on Amazon for like $20. It's like 300 caps. Really great for cardiovascular health, blood pressure, all that good stuff. I like to monitor that as I just like every few weeks, just to make sure everything's staying in a good spot, blood pressure wise. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So I'm gonna go get a haircut now, and I will see you there. All right, driving to this workout, or driving to this haircut. Yeah, so a lot of people try to bear with me on this, because I need to get some kind of thing to put on the dashboard here to hold my phone. So I am holding my phone myself. A lot of people ask me, see me, like, I'm 41 at this point, and a lot of people have seen me grow up and go through this evolution, right? From high school to, being a chubbier kid in grade school, high school. I mean, to be completely fair and honest, I was very insecure. I was not confident as a kid when I was growing up in grade school and high school. I had, from a physical perspective, I mean, I was not only chunky, but I also had like a lazy eye from like a just superficial appearance. And why I got into the gym and why I got so into that and how it's led me here today, it's evolved, right? It hasn't been just like, oh, let me grow muscle, oh, let me, get jacked. While that is very important, that was especially very important in my like 20s and 30s, it really gave me an outlet, because being unconfident and getting picked on, not being the biggest guy in high school, like in terms of size and strength, it was one thing, like just for me, that I felt like I had true control over. And my mentality was, I wanted to prove everyone fucking wrong. I wanted to prove to people that, hey, like, I could actually, I could do this. I could more or less just shut everybody up in terms of like my haters, so to speak, right? And at that time, it was, more so kids in high school and stuff like that. So the weight room to me was just an outlet. it was just an outlet for me to like let go of my inner thoughts, right? All the things that were going on in my head. It wasn't necessarily like at that time and growing up, like I didn't have like, yeah, cool. I thought growing like muscle was cool and all that stuff. I was one of those kids in like my junior, senior year that like 135, a 45-pound plate on each side of the bar, that was like a big fucking deal. Like I was like, holy shit, there's these kids that are like repping out 135 just like it's nothing. And then there's me putting a 25-pound plate on each side, 95 pounds. That was tough for like, 5 reps, 6 reps. So it was not only about proving other people wrong and proving other people that I could show up and do it. It was about proving it to myself as well. And that's like for me, that's the big thing about fitness and health. It's an ever evolving journey that really doesn't end. And you're in complete control of the outcome. And honestly, I take the motto of, it's like everything is your responsibility. Like I take 100% responsibility for everything that I do. Like you have to. Like if you don't, you're just externalizing that and putting it onto other people and other circumstances and things like that. And that gets you nowhere. Like ultimately in life, that gets you absolutely nowhere. And as I've evolved into my 20s after high school and stuff, after I quit college baseball and quit playing that, I really got deep into just weightlifting. And that's when I really started shifting into, wow, like how much, like from just research myself, self-experimentation, how much I saw an impact in terms of like, oh wow, females are really starting to notice me. I enjoyed being the outcast, meaning I didn't really drink, I didn't really party, I didn't do any of that stuff, just because I also I took it was a very prideful thing for me to train, eat well, while all these other people, I just thought like, man, all these other people are just like wasting their time, their bodies, like feeling like partying one night and then the next day feeling like shit. I've always had that mentality. And like obviously as I saw more and more gains, as I saw more growth with my physical, and then that translated into more just mental hardening, like my mindset got stronger. It was like a domino, one by one, and I started seeing these things happen, and that was like a massive catalyst for me. Like that, like in my 20s, late 20s, it was a lot of like, okay, I want to see how much potential that I can reach when it comes to my physique, when it comes to my health. But in my 20s, I will say it was more just all about physique, and that's what really set the stage, just being consistent day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, leading me into my 30s. Because like for me, my biggest fear in terms of like, I mean, before, like when I was in my 20s and stuff, my biggest fear was like, going back to that place that I came from, right? The insecure kid, the unconfident kid, not having girls attracted to me. The more I pushed, the more I like trained, the more I disciplined my body and my mind, the further I put myself away from that place, right? Because humans, like we're wired to go towards pleasure and away from pain. And for me, it was like, I want to move as far away from that pain as possible, right? And into my 30s, into my 40s now, my biggest fear is just being the dad that is incapable, not capable of actually showing up for his kids, not capable of having the energy to play with them, not capable of, being an emotionally balanced person, which I think people forget how much training and taking care of your body and eating well makes you just so much more of an emotionally regulated person, right? So that's just a glimpse in terms of like some of the things that really got me driven, because it wasn't all about like, oh, I just want to be really healthy and I want to be really jacked. Like it's evolved over time. And the longer you do this, the longer you're consistent with it to some extent, the more you just build that mindset. And now for me, it's, yes, staying jacked is really cool, but it's really just a byproduct of everything that I've done over the last 20 years. And it all started with just being that not confident, not fully secured himself, kid at that time. So I'm going to pop into this haircut real quick, get that knocked out, and then get back home and get on a call and do some work. So I will see you when I get back home. What's going on? I just got back from getting a haircut, and now I am getting a haircut is literally the best thing. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I fall asleep every single time I get a haircut. I don't know if it's just from having a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, and just being tired from that. But it's just super relaxing to me. So now I'm at the computer. I'm going to do some work. I have some calls coming up for the next few hours. I basically just got my water, hydrogen water next to me, and yeah, I'm just gonna knock it out. One interesting thing when I was at the barbershop, I'm always listening to like other conversations and stuff like that, and I heard one of the barbers and one of his customers, they were talking about like horses and buying horses and things like that, and they're talking about like different prices and stuff like that. And one of the barber was like, one of the numbers that got brought up was like $12,000, right? And he said something like 12,000, like no, like there's no way. Like, no way. Like, I would never do. Like, I would never spend 12,000 on that. And that brought to my attention because 12,000 to him for that, obviously might be a bit much, right? But when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, right? If you have a horse rider, a jockey, or whatever, and they're looking to win the Kentucky Derby, I'm sure those horses are hundreds of thousands. Maybe less, maybe more. I don't know what those would be, but it's funny when it all depends on like what somebody like places value on, right? Because when it comes to fitness, some people will, over a course of like 10 years, if we really look at things, they'll spend $10,000+ on shit food, alcohol, vacations. Like, vacations are important. I'm not gonna lie about that, but shitty food, shitty like choices, all that stuff. And they don't really recognize it because it's just like, okay, cool, $20 here, $20 there. But when we add it all up, it is a lot more. So that's where I have a real, like, I ask you, when it comes to fitness, like some people are just unwilling to spend $3,000, $6,000, $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 on fitness. And I just recently, like a week and a half ago, got into a mentorship program for $12,000. I signed up literally on the call, no questions, like, cool, like how do I pay? And that's the mentality when you truly want something and you want to go after it. Like, that's the mentality you have to have, because it's all about perspective and how your mindset around money and finances are, right? You don't like, in the grand scheme of things, we really look at it like $12,000. It's not really a lot, right? Like, if you want to be making $20,000 a month, every month for a year, and onwards from there, is $12,000 a one-time thing? Is that really a lot? Like, would you trade 20,000 times 12 is $240,000? Would you trade $240,000 for 12,000? I'm sure many of you would. So it's all about mindset. It's all about like how you think about things and like putting that in perspective. Like, in the long run, if you actually apply yourself and put in the effort and the blood, sweat, and tears to actually get there and ask questions and communicate, you're going to be massively better off, right? So anyways, I'm going to do this work. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit, probably for around my next meal in the afternoon here, and we'll see you then. All right, so I just got done with some calls. It's like 2:50 right now in the afternoon, and I am going to eat my second meal of the day. I had like a small snack protein bar in between. I'm just gonna cut some of the steak up that my wife isn't getting home till, I gotta go pick up the kids from daycare in about an hour at 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna cut some of the steak up that we can also have for dinner. Just a top sirloin, make it into really small pieces. That way it's easy for the kids to eat as well. And in this meal, I mean, I'm looking to probably get like around 50 grams of protein. I'm just gonna eat pretty quickly. And yeah, I literally just have a pan going behind me, put a little bit of grass-fed butter in it, and then I can just throw this steak in and have a quick and easy meal. Nothing too complex. Just takes a few minutes to cut up. Top sirloin's generally pretty lean cut, not a lot of fat on it, which makes it, macro friendly in terms of higher protein, lower fat, all that stuff, and it's still pretty tasty overall. But yeah, I'll probably have this with a little bit of fruit, maybe some pineapple, hit a quick walk for like 30 minutes, and then go pick up the kids from daycare. So yeah, it never stops when you have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. Kids are this young, but that's what we're gonna do. So I will talk to you guys when I pick up the kids from daycare. All right, guys, just got in from a quick walk after crushing that steak. Now I'm about to go pick up the kids from daycare. I did just get this out, some raw milk. I'm a big fan of raw milk. All my kids drink raw milk. Raw milk is literally amazing for your gut. I drink this probably twice a day. usually when my daughter gets home from school, when I bring her home, she asks for chocolate milk. She asks for daddy to make her chocolate milk. So a little raw milk, some maple syrup, and some sea salt, and some cocoa powder, all blended up in the blender. Amazing. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Once I get back, I'll make some probably chocolate milk for her and just hang out with the kids until we eat dinner. So yeah. All right, getting ready for bath time. It's like 6:15 here. My wife is finally home from a work trip that she had. And about 30 minutes ago, before she got home, before we ate dinner, my 2-year-old daughter decided to put her hands down her pants and proceeded to tell me that, and she proceeded to pull her hands out of her diaper, and yeah, she had shit all over her pants, or all over her hands. And she got to wipe some of that on her shirt and on her small chair in the playroom, which I was not happy about. Yeah, these are just some of the things that you deal with as a father, and you just got to take it in stride. Like being fit, being able to like physiologically be less stressed from being fit. Yeah, it's great. But at the same time, man, like sometimes I'll be real, like it's hard to keep your composure because sometimes I'm like, man, like sometimes I seriously, like, God, don't get me wrong, like I fucking love my kids, but sometimes I'm like, man, like why did I have kids? But that thought, while it like is a thought that I have still, like it comes and goes like quick, right? Because the benefits of having kids and having children and seeing them grow up and just experiencing like the memories and seeing just like your mini version of you, it's pretty cool. So yeah, like just in the moment, like it's hard not to have thoughts like that sometimes, but yeah. So anyways, we're gonna do bath time now, and then we're gonna go to bed. And yeah, that's what's going on. What's going on, guys? I just put my daughter to sleep. My wife put my son to sleep, and it is like about time for bed. I mean, it's like 10 till 8 right now. And yeah, by this time of night, I am pretty much just ready to go to sleep. I like to wake up early. I'm definitely like more of a morning person, and I like to go to bed earlier. So that way I can just tackle everything I need to tackle and get shit done in the morning when I'm most fresh and like my brain is working 100%. Until then, I mean, that's just a glimpse, a day in the life of a dad, 41 years old, 2-year-old, 1-year-old, just getting it done and staying in really great shape along the way. So if you like this content, please, feel free to subscribe. If you want to like learn anything more from me, I mean, there'll be plenty more coming, but if you want to learn anything more, just drop it in the comments, shoot me a message. Happy to help. So talk to you guys soon. Have a great day or night.